let's go to page 238. This is lesson 5-7. The objective of this lesson is to simplify complex fraction. Complex fraction means you have a fraction over fraction. So example of that would be like you have 7 over 12 minus 1 over 6 over 2 plus 4 over 9. Here another example would be x minus 1 minus y to the negative 1 over x to the negative 2 minus y to the negative 2. Because this one, when you have negative exponent, you have to flip it over, so this becomes 1 over x. Now when you flip it over, you cannot flip this over to the bottom because it's a term, because you have addition and subtraction. So this is kind of got stuck with this, so you have to stay with it. Okay? And so this becomes 1 over y. Again, this one you cannot just flip to the top because it's a term. Okay? So when it's a term, you kind of have to stuck with the addition or subtraction. So this becomes 1 over x squared minus 1 over y squared. So again, this is an example of complex fraction. So complex fraction means you have fraction over a fraction. Okay, so let's go over example 1 to see how to simplify. So let's go and do this one here. So example 1. So when you have complex fraction, what you want to do is you want to go and write every term into a fraction. So you have 7 over 12 minus 1 over 6 over, now the 2 I'm going to write as 2 over 1. Okay, so you want to make every term a fraction. So instead of just 2, make it 2 over 1. That way help you to keep track of the numerator and denominator. The next thing what you want to do is, to simplify complex fraction, you want to multiply every term by the common denominator, this common denominator, the LCD. So you have the 12, you have the 6, you have the 1, you have the 9. So go and get your LCD. Okay, so this one you can, again, when you're looking for LCD, as long as two numbers can divide, you can go and divide. So this one you can divide by 2, so it'd be 6, 3, 1, 9. If you cannot divide, you just leave it alone. And you can divide by 3, so it'd be 2, 1, 1, 3. And that's it. So your LCD would be equal to all this over here. So this is your LCD. Okay? And so this would be 36. So once you find LCD, you want to multiply every term by LCD. So multiply everything by 36. Okay? And when you're going to simplify, you do one term at a time, and you're going to write it down right away so you don't forget. So 36 and 12 can cancel, you get 3. So 3 times 7 is 21. 6 and 36 can cancel, becomes 6, so it becomes 6. Okay? Over here, this one you don't cancel, so you multiply, so it be 72. This one, there's 9 and 36 cancel, you get 4. So 4 times 4 is 16. So once you do that, notice it becomes a simple fraction. So now you can go and simplify. So this will give you 15, and this one will give you 88. And you check, see if you can cancel things out, and no, so this is it. Okay. So you can just multiply every term by LCD. Now you want to write down your LCD for each term. That way you can cancel, and it help you to visualize. It will help you to cut down on careless mistakes. Okay. Okay, let's go to example 2. So you got, again, when you copy the part, I'm going to make into z, make it z over 1 instead of just z, minus 1 over z over 1 over 1 minus 1 over z. Okay, so this one is fairly easy. Your LCD is going to be just z. Okay, so I'm going to multiply everything by z. Okay, so this one doesn't cancel, so it will be z squared minus, this will cancel, so it will be 1. This one doesn't cancel, so it will be z minus, this one will cancel, be 1. Okay, so after you go from complex fraction into a simple fraction, now you have to simplify that. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to factor that, so that's your step 2a. So it will be z plus 1, z minus 1, and on the bottom you get z minus 1. and this will cancel out, so your answer would be z plus 1. Okay, let's go to example 3. Okay, you want to simplify a to the negative 1 minus x to the negative 1 over a to the negative 2 minus x to the negative 2. So again, when you're doing the flipping, you have to be extremely careful because again, these are terms. When you have addition or subtraction, those are terms. So this one you have to stay with it. Okay, so when you flip it over, you need to make into 1 over a minus 1 over x. So again, you cannot just flip this over to the bottom, okay, because these are terms. If there's no addition or subtraction, then you can do that. Okay. Now let's go and do this one. So again, this becomes 1 over a squared minus 1 over x squared. Okay, so again, you have to stay with your addition subtractions. Okay, your next step is go and get your LCD. Okay, so your LCD is going to be, again, look at denominator. So you're going to have the a squared, the x squared. Okay, so that's your LCD. So that's what you need to multiply. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to just write it down here. So I need to multiply by a squared x squared, a squared x squared, a squared x squared, a squared x squared. Now write it down so that I can cancel things out for each term. Because if you don't write it down, when you do it mentally, again, it's very easy to make careless mistakes. Okay, so this cancel with that, so I get ax squared. Again, once you cancel, write it down right away so you don't forget. Okay, don't cancel, and try to go back and try to figure out what is left over. Okay, again, that's easy to make a mistake. Okay, so this cancel with that, so it'd be a squared x. On the bottom, the a squared cancel out, so you get x squared. This one, the x squared cancel out, so you get a squared. Okay, so again, you go from complex fraction into a simple fraction. Then after that, you have to do factoring. So this one, you have to factor the ax. So that's your step 1. So it becomes x minus a. Okay, so that's your step 1. Then over here, that's your step 2a. So it'd be x plus a, x minus a. Then after that, this will cancel out. So your answer would be ax over x plus a.